Oklahoma is obviously the birthplace of a lot of talent, and it's also the home to a lot of talent. A lot of these people that we're going to be talking about did not necessarily reside here all of their lives, but they've either called it home or they have, at different points of their lives, done some things that really promoted the great state of Oklahoma. We're here to talk about two different elements of economic development, all tied to tourism. And the best way to show it is, I guess, with a picture. The first one is going to be something that we're going to talk about in detail later. And this is what's going to wind up being phase 2 of the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame Museum. This was first started, I guess, around somebody's supper table in about 1995 in Muskogee, Oklahoma. There's a lot of people across the state, but especially in Muskogee, they're very passionate about music. Started out thinking along the lines of how can we honor those people who for the last 100 or so years have done so much for the state of Oklahoma. This got into more discussion, and the short version is in 1996, I believe, is when Governor Keating signed into law the legislation that would create the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame and Museum and designate it to be in Muskogee, Oklahoma. The second thing that we want to talk about in more detail today also is something called the Oklahoma Music Trail. The Oklahoma Music Trail will be a series of markers. They'll be similar to the historical markers that we have across the state now, but yet we want them to be different enough to stand out, stand on their own. And there's a little bit of differences. Over here we have a mock-up of one of the markers. It will be the raised aluminum, very similar to what you see around the state now. You can drive up to it, look at it from your car, and read the letters that are on the front.